What would you say your best fight moment, like one that jumps out at you that you truly enjoy when you think about it, brings a smile
My
to you?
cartwheel kick.
Yeah,
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 that was so cool.
yeah.
Dumbest guys on the planet to. Whoa! What the hell was that?
And like, what was cool about it is, I always like to have a game plan, but I always like to like map out my first three strikes. My first, engagement in the fight is generally pretty mapped out.
Mm.
And so in that fight, and like, this is not a brag, it was the truth. We had worked that cartwheel kick. The kid that I was fighting, he knew I was going to shoot. We thought it'd be a fun game plan. And I thought at the time in my head, like the kid that I originally had as an opponent, I said, if we go to the ground, I know my jiu-jitsu is way better than him. So like, why not throw it and have some fun, right? Why not like, roll the dice,
He's
man.
not, yeah, he's not gonna beat me if we go to the crowd. So
Yeah.
why not?
Well, so like, and the cards were supposed to align. It was supposed to be my first pro fight. I was like amped and ready for it. Felt good, in good shape. Like, and we had worked that cartwheel kick for fun. Well, the day of weigh-ins, that kid pulled out. And so then I'm 3 pounds off of weight. Long story short, they bring in some other kid who's 10 pounds heavier, who his opponent pulled out the day of weigh-ins. And so like, it wasn't the same matchup. None of it like worked the same. It wasn't a pro fight anymore. That kid was AMI. Would only take it if we stayed AMI. But he was like undefeated, had a couple kickboxing fights. He was pretty good. And we ended up weighing in like 8 pounds difference or something like that. And I had come up in weight. No one really knew at the time, but I had come up in weight like 8 or 9 pounds that day, because they called me and said, your opponent's out. Come up to, I was going to 35. Come up to 45. We'll find you somebody. I'm 45. He's like 54. Oh. And I was like, at that point, I was like, I already worked this hard. Like, I can't back out now.
Right.
We got to run this. And so like we had this like funny, I was telling everybody, I was like, I'm going to cartwheel kick him. I thought it was like kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like, what are the odds? And so the game plan, it was me and my former coach, Curtis. And Curtis was the man. Love him to this day. We're still good friends. The goal was do it in the first minute. Worst case scenario, I end up in a scramble. I should be able to get back to my feet or win the jiu-jitsu battle of things to work to a neutral position.
Right.
Let's go out with some flash. If it's going to be an AMI fight too, like let's have some flash.
Yeah.
And then to be out there and like watching the fight back, I sink a guillotine and I let it go because I want to stand back up.
To the side, and Jake reverses the position.
Wow.
Some good jiu-jitsu and some good ground and pound going on right here.
Because like I told everybody, I'm like kind of laughing, like, oh, you rushed me. I thought I was gonna have time, and so we stood back up, and I was like, oh, fuck it, I gotta throw this thing. Mm-hmm. And so I threw it like half hoping, half like really committed. And when it hit him and he hit the ground, I just like could not even believe it happened, So it was pretty cool.
And Jake reverses the position.
Wow.
Some good jiu-jitsu and some good ground and pound going on right here.
These went from the calmest guys on the planet to, whoa, what the hell was that? Now,